Hello, all y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the F1 2025 My Team Career Mode. We are here in Season 2, headed to the third round of the season, and that is the Japanese Grand Prix, a standard race weekend we have in front of us. But if you notice on the screen there, we've got a rainy qualifying session ahead of us, which it looks like it's going to be raining the whole way through, so no potential for dry tire running at the start or end. So that's a struggle. We do get a dry race, which will be nice, but as we saw in China last time out, AI still very, very strong in wet weather conditions compared to us. Taking a look at the power unit components, I think we're still just about in bounds for keeping the same. I always forget about the gearboxes at the early stage of the season, so let's get that third gearbox installed. And, taking a look at the championship, we are up in P12 as the driver, P7 as the team, and of course we had a relatively disappointing Chinese Grand Prix weekend. Joshua did score points. I think we were on for some better ones, but we did have those difficult, slow pit stops under that safety car that cost us big time. And of course, we did manage to, I want to say, those are not the sprint results. Interesting. We did manage to grab, I think, a point in the sprint, which is why we have 3, because is 2 points. But yeah, let's get into qualifying and see what we can do in the rainy conditions.
A warm welcome, everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
All right, well, let's get ready for our first attempt here around the track. I believe 130R is still flat out. Yep, still good. But now, very tricky, heavy braking zone because of it into the Casio triangle. And let's see what we can get pace-wise out of this car in the wet conditions. We're fueled up to do basically 2 push laps. Maybe 3 push laps, but it depends on how the fuel gets consumed. Of course, trying to just learn all the way around, kind of use your dry references, and then kind of just thinking about going a gear down from there. Obviously, the S's are the tricky section because the back end wants to try and come around as much as possible. It's very, very, very tricky. A little wide there. I think we just about got away with no track limits violation there. I think we might have gone outside, but if the game determines you're not losing time by doing it, then typically you'll get away with it. But we do know that the first Degner there is a little bit of a tricky one now. And now we head on up to Spoon, which, yeah, there's the understeer. So we need to get the car slowed down a lot earlier than that. We got 38.8 as the initial lap times going in. Should be able to charge a decent amount of the battery in the S's. Yeah, 41.6 was our time. So we are a ways off the pace at the moment. But let's see if we can't find a little more time on the second run here. Just get in the rhythm, get a good feeling for the car. All right, so here we go. Got the battery back up to full. Let's give it another whack around this circuit here. Final corner is also tricky in dry conditions, just with getting the grip down. extra cautious through the corner that time. So, I mean, there's a little bit of getting right up on the edge of grip that you can probably get away with, but we were being a little bit safe. A little bit of a high center on the curb there. You can bottom out, and that's where we lost some time there. We're finding something on this lap. It's not a ton, but we are finding something. Yeah, that's about the right braking point for Spoon there. And then always teasing the throttle to get on it. Yeah, I found about half a second or so through there that time. Keep the battery burning, flat out through 130R. Try and run the short line, wheel spin a bit. 1.6 seconds found on that lap. Does move us a spot, but not very far. We're at least kind of getting in the mix. Here we go again. The important thing is we're running by the pit lane. Nobody's pulling out to be in our way, so we should have a relatively clean final 2 runs. Is the hope. Oh, that high line is real tough. I need to do better at getting the car to the low side. Track feels a little grippier than it was earlier. I just need to get on the right parts of the track. I'm definitely making my fair share of mistakes. Let's get Degner right here this time. Better, but still not great. Car really likes to over-rotate on the apex of that corner. Yeah, there's definitely more grip on the track out here than there was in the first runs. So we'll start moving up the line. Question is, well, nobody's coming out. Didn't this happen last year where nobody did a final run in the rain? Is that why Jack Doohan started on pole? Am I crazy in remembering that, or is that what happened in Season 1? Yeah, because nobody's going to get a lap time in if they leave the pits now. So let's see where we can go. The rotation was not very good through the corner, but by picking that straighter line exit, although we had a huge slide, which cost us a fair chunk of time there. Just about have the ability to maybe improve. We're going to run out of battery on the way in. Find another couple tenths here. Does that get us ahead of our teammate? Wow, surprising. They did not do their last runs, and we just start 10th. So I guess no engine penalty for this race. We will just see what we can do out of 10th place.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
I mean, the field spread is so crazy when it gets wet. I mean, 4.7 seconds. It's nowhere near that usually in the dry.
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Issa Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprises lie in wait for us today at the Japanese Grand Prix? We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka Circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Senna, Lando Norris, and Piastri, Russell, Antonelli, Pierce, and Victor Martins, Ocon, Hadjar, Alex Albon, and Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Behrman, Nico Hülkenberg, and Pierre Gasly, Sainz, Bortoletto, Doohan, and Liam Lawson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay, strategery. Yeah, we'll do this, but we will go early. We'll go for the undercut. And I need... Ooh, personalized. Do I go for the softs daringly? I think it'll still be better to go medium hard. I just don't trust the way the softs wear. What do I need? 53.7. Nope. There we go. 53.7. That's what I want. Okay. Let's get after it and see if this undercut works. Well, quick look. No, yeah, definitely not. Okay, definitely. All right, here we go. Middle of the pack in Japan. Solid start. Should be able to take the outside line, but sweeps and kind of covers our nose here. We just about avoided some damage. We're up a position. Joshua's down a spot. Now comes the tricky bit, which is cold tires on lap 1. There's such hard compounds, the C1, C2, C3, that it's real tough to get them up to temperature on the formation lap alone. Like you can see, the front tires are still rather cold, which keeps us from being able to really attack. If they're up to a temperature, like I probably would be diving that corner. As I said, let's see if we can't get some momentum and a run into Spoon here. Which we do get done. Yeah, it's got good straight line speed up this hill. You can see them in the rearview mirror. George Russell, or that's Kimi Antonelli rather, get a very good burst of speed, like right in the middle of that uphill section. So that's something we always got to worry about around Japan. It's like gravity turns off for them for a second going up that hill. It's weird. A little bit risky to just go straight for the nose chop like that, but got to try and maintain something. We don't really have the pace to stick with the Ferrari ahead. So we're going to be in trouble pretty soon this next lap. Only the one DRS zone, of course, but we're pretty much going to be at the mercy of Kimi Antonelli on the next lap. And who's it in front of us? 2 Ferraris, a Mercedes, 2 McLarens, and 2 Red Bulls. So kind of what we expect to see. Tires are coming up to temperature, which is good. But Japan is totally one of those. The AI absolutely cheats with their top speed tracks. So through goes Antonelli. Let's get to the racing line here. Get into slipstream. At least just about kept Ocon off of out of our trouble. Question is, do we have what we need to stay with Antonelli and maybe we can drop Ocon? Although Ocon is on the soft tire, so he may be going for a 2-stop. But if we can maintain having DRS on Antonelli, it means we've usually driven a pretty good second half of the lap. The AI is definitely a little quicker than us in Sector 1. That's where they're strongest compared to us. We're a little better than them in Sector 2. And aside from this run up the hill in Sector 3, I think we typically navigate the chicane a little better than they do. I mean, we're full battery deployment and we lost 0.2 going up that hill. .950 is the mark, so Ocon did just stay in DRS that time. 2.7 is now the gap, but he's not the one we're really racing. Okay. See a nice clean entry into this pit lane. A bit ginger, but we didn't want to speed on the way in. Solid stop, 2.4 seconds. Long way down the pit lane to get here, though. Just turn the ERS deploy down. We're ahead of Ocon, which is important. Now what's going to be tough is trying to get these tires up to temperature in the dirty air before we can really push on them, and then B, making sure we don't get stuck. We might have the slipstream and just about enough power. Dive up the inside of Spoon. A little deep there. We're going to need to give that place back because we did not keep it on track getting past it.
And that's Joshua in the pits. Joshua in the pits now.
Oh, he's going into the pits, so we can't really hand him the place. That's unfortunate. Joshua's into the pits now, though. Got Albin on some very grippy tires. Driver in front.
Doohan ahead. And the time last lap, 1:33.2. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 0.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 13 laps old.
Okay.
We think they've got one more stop.
I was wondering how he got in front of me, and it turns out he just hasn't pit yet. Let's get this move done, and like, cleanly this time. There we go, now we're on the track. Because if he can slow down Albin, who is on some fresher soft tires, that'd be good news for us. But we're pretty low on battery, so he may get a re-attack on us here. Especially since we used up all of our harvesting that was allowed. Okay, no, he's into the pits. I think Albin's far enough back to where he's not going to be a threat into turn one here. We're back up into ninth, kind of where we expect to be. I would say, barring circumstances, we should probably be able to bring home ninth. Albin should, he's going to have to take his second pit stop, as is Ocon. So even if Alex hangs with me here and maybe even gets a move done down the front straight, he should be in the pits relatively soon. We're down to 12 laps left. I guess I'll probably go 3 or 4 more laps on these tires. Most importantly, though, we are dropping Ocon back a bit. Break the toe early. See if maybe we can hold the position on him. We do manage to hold the inside. I don't know how sustainable it's going to be to defend him that hard. So the real question is, how do his tires fare? Do we only need to do it 1 or 2 more laps? A good run through Spoon could definitely help us out in this defense. A chunk of battery used. Make sure we still have enough to get down the pit straight. Yeah, he finds 2/10 in like 300 meters. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Oop, there's track limits warning there. And into the pits he goes. So we are good to start just conserving and get the battery charged back up. Obviously you want to try and be as clean as possible while still making some time on the cars behind us. We can gain a little bit of time. We do have the possibility of having enough of a gap to take a pit stop under safety car, which I'm actually going to preset a set of softs now in anticipation. If there's a safety car, we should be able to get a set of softs to the end. It'll be close. Well, yeah, because if a safety car came out now, we would get on him. We would technically be doing about 10 laps on the softs, but realistically, there would be another 2, maybe 3 laps of safety car intervention, where you're really not putting any strain through the tire. So Ocon Sainz. Sonoda's in the pits. I doubt we will clear him this time. He's been plenty quick. Alright, here we are getting ready to start the final lap of this Grand Prix. We've managed to hold about a 4-second lead over Joshua. He started making some headway into our lead over the course of it. He's managed to hold off Alex Albon pretty well, but the cars ahead, even on the 2-stop strategy, Tsunoda and Piastri have just checked out. I think the performance differential between the top 4 teams and everybody else is just so massive to start this year that even when one of them is qualifying kind of out of position or you get past them at the start, they're going to make their way through and just absolutely cruise. I mean, the Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren combination is just so fast. Verstappen just already finished the race win, put a few cars a lap down in the process. And 3.8 seconds, we've driven this lap a little bit softer and safer, but we should be able to just cruise our way home. Plenty of fuel in the tank. Probably could have even been more risky with the fuel margins, but it's looking good. I think it's going to be kind of the story of the season, at least until big upgrade packages start to come, that we're going to be kind of just everybody fighting for P9, P10 that's not in that lead group. And, well, today, no safety car interventions, straight through. And it looks like Voodoo Radio F1 team is going to pull down both P9 and the P10 positions.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
The checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
Well, they were clearly at one with their car today, Crofty, out there. New regulations, of course, for this season. And you can tell that they've done their homework. They've studied, they've put probably a lot of time in the simulator, worked well with their engineer. And, I mean, they were absolute joy to watch out there today. They really were.
Only 3 can take to the podium, and here they come. But there can only be one on the top step. Your number 1, Max Verstappen. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, you see the overall pace. I mean, 28s, low 29s. Carlos Sainz on the 2-stop put in some quick laps, the 29.3. But, I mean, 30.0 for us, or 31.0 for us, 30.6. It's definitely looking to be a tale of 2 halves. Isaac Hadjar must have gone out very late. But standings-wise, we do climb just a little bit in the points, but not in the positions. We are closing back up on Oliver Behrman in the Haas. Double points will help us out as Joshua Pierce has now tied Isaac Hadjar on points, but I think the tiebreaker is the difference there. We are ahead of VCarb, 7 points to 2, but you can see the haves and have-nots. Top 4 positions, and then Haas, 15, 8, 7, and 3 teams have yet to score through the first 3 rounds. But let's grab the race replay, and let's head back to the headquarters. Oh, nice. Early talks with Joshua Pierce as well. We can start getting things going. Might be able to retain these drivers for a 3rd season in a row. Let's see what he's after. Performance rating 5th. Fan rating 5th. That might be the harder one. But what are we looking at? 11.6. Might need to start looking at other drivers at this stage. Until we're, getting a little higher in the championships. 11 million's probably a lot for a singular driver, but let's keep fan rating going up in the right direction. Pay a visit to the messages. Rivalry. Woo! 7-0, baby. Do I get to check my rival? What do I need to... Oh, yeah. Target of 30, which is going to take a while. If the best we can score is like 3 points a weekend. Going to need some lead race DNFs to help us out there. Lovely. Research! Can we research anything? Oh, nice. We got some completed research. Only one more thing before we're capped out on the current vehicle's condition. Nothing there. Durability. I think we are nearly in a spot where we can't really do too much. We have a lot of developments to build to get them on the car. Like, we have a lot waiting. Nothing waiting there. It's a bunch of stuff waiting there. So we have the research done. It's now the development that we're going to need to really hammer on. Progress-wise, how are we looking? We have jumped past, but you can see just on the performance chart the gulf that exists between Red Bull and us. Like, it's massive how big that difference is. Last season was a lot closer. And hence why we started getting involved with some results at different spots in the year. But, whew, it's very much looking like, unless there's DNFs, everybody's fighting for P9, P10. Anything in the other areas? It looks like we got some completed upgrades, but I think we've already queued up the next round. 8 days, 12 days. Oh, no, we've got another one we can do here. So 1-2-1. Let's get that underway. That's 1 day from finishing, so we're about to have another. 789, 789. Let's get the... Let's go. Can we get another aero development expansion? That's going to be an important one. Because development is what's holding us back everywhere. Oh, that's not the button I want to press. I wanted to press that and that. Okay, so that's all of those. Wonderful! Let's advance it just a bit. Hey, we got some
Chief,
developments
we've
done.
finished developing a part, and it's now ready for fitting. Make sure to stop by the Assign Upgrade screen when you get the chance.
Developments, lovely. Multiple done. So let's keep the dual developments underway. Just whatever's first. We're just gonna go after it. Powertrain we finished as well. Nice. Rotor speed is done. We can dual development these now. 20 days, so it's going to be a minute before we have the upgrades on the car. We did finish this other facility upgrade, which is lovely. Let's see, what else we got? Powertrain development expansion. That's going to be an important one as well. But I think that is all of our facilities now firing on all cylinders. So before we head to the race weekend, sorry, I had to process my thoughts there for a second. We're going to do a quick pop into the vehicle customization. As I said at the start of the year, my goal is to keep everything in the same spots on the car, but if we get a new, we'll unlock a new graphic for a sponsor that's already there to make it look nicer, I will go after that, and that'll be kind of the changes to the car. But the overall base look of the car should stay pretty much the same, so I will be right back. Alright, small changes to the car. The Aperture logo on the front wing end plate has been tweaked and adjusted. Couple changes on the nose to the Artemis and Avolo logos, the little gear in the wings. We did get another Spatian logo, which is on top of the Halo now, instead of the We are keeping the white one on the side. It just doesn't, it fits better with the little ball on top there. And P-Metric got some color to it. For the rear Coke bottle under the driver number there, looks good, but on the top we're keeping it in that all white. But that'll be the end of this here episode. Thank you all for joining me as usual as we continue our way through this wonderful F1 season. I'll catch you guys next time. Team. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.